Guys, what's going on? Welcome back. You see here that humidity, I don't want dripping everywhere. I started my plants inside for my garden. I tried to start this last night, but we have some of the Georgia Southern or Creole cabbage. That's how they have it labeled. We got some Calabos cabbage. We're gonna put that in, and we're gonna do some Detroit red, dark red beets. So I have here the Jiffy pot from Lowe's. So I actually expanded all the cores last night. I read up on it, and they said it wouldn't hurt it any if I did it and then seed it later. I mean, it's just like dirt outside, right? So what I'm gonna do is just rough it up just a little bit so I can get some seed in here. So I'm gonna have to do 3 rows of this. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me get that down a little. So I had to make an adjustment on the camera, but like I said, I was just getting my seed pods together real quick so I could start the seed. Even though I know I don't have to, it's not a requirement. I kind of pull in some of the stuff that I do with my lawn, is making sure everything is packed with nutrients. Got 3. I'm only going to do 3 rows today. I'll get the other deliveries in, and then I'll probably start some more peppers or something like that. But what I have in a bottle, a very, very, very small amount of micro booster from Simple Lawn Solutions, or some channels it's Simple Grow Solutions, but it's OMRI, so it's organically processed, but it's just nutrients, things like sulfur, boron, things that will help the plant grow. I got the stick right there. I don't want that in there. Help the plant grow, and then it's also labeled as helping fruits and veggies and plants have larger yields. So I just got that in the spray bottle here. So what we're gonna do first? Ooh, the seeds be jumping out the box. So we got the cabbage. So I'm gonna put like 2 or 3 seeds per pod in to see what type of germination we get. It's a learning curve for me. I have not done a garden before, so I am in no way an expert on this. This is more of a learning thing, but I did have a garden at the house growing up, with my uncle, aka my dad. He raised me, and that's a whole different story. But it's funny, I told my wife that the older I get, I'm turning into him, because actually he was in his late 30s and 40s, and he comes home one day with all of this gear. Like, we had a shed being built in the yard. Didn't even have a riding lawnmower at that point. But one day out of the blue, he got one of his buddies in the yard, um, pouring the concrete pad down. And we were like, "What you doing?" He's like, "Building the shed." So we was like, okay. We ain't know what was coming. What he should have saying is, "I'm about to create some work for you guys." And don't do that on me, cabbage. I mean, collard greens. Don't run out. We got the shed, we got a lawnmower, we got all these garden tools, and then we go to this local store. I believe some people call it like a co-op or whatever. Well, he was in Sumter, South Carolina, so he calls it the feed store, and we got all of these seeds. And I was like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And he said, "We gonna plant them." And I was like, "What?" So, like, I don't know nothing about a garden. And he said, "You're gonna learn." That's just how he used to address everything. Well, you're gonna figure it out. So we did just that, and that went on all through me from middle school all the way to high school. And then of course, I move away, go on, do my thing growing up. And then now I find it funny that the older I get, I'm actually turning into my uncle. I'm all over the yard, making sure my lawn is perfect, things like that. Now I'm in the garden, and it really, honestly, guys, did not hit me. These are bead seeds we got going here, clusters. It didn't hit me until yesterday. I was sitting down with my wife, and I was like, it is wild to me. You know, it never registered that I am literally turning into my uncle the older I get. And I love this stuff. It's therapeutic for me, number one. But I really have a good time doing all of the stuff. I get to be at home because there ain't nothing for you outside but stress and trouble. So what I'm doing right here is I've got the collard greens planted. I'm gonna do 2 rows of beets because I actually love beets. I juice them. The goal for me, as PJ said in response to one of my posts, fresh salads. So we're gonna do 1 row. We're gonna experiment a little bit. 1 row with one beet cluster, and then we're gonna do another row with 2 beet clusters. I mean, $2 seed. Yeah, big deal, right? $3. Yeah. But we're gonna see what works. Um, and get those all in there. Now I'm gonna just cover them up some, press them down, get that good seed to soil contact, just like we do with the grass. The pods are actually pretty moist, but I do want a tad bit more top moisture on, so I'm gonna put that on there with the Simple On Solutions water and micro boost. I have a heat mat. You got this is a heat mat here. Because I have peppers in here, I kind of changed the temperature a little bit in between 65 to 80 because I read it. I don't know how accurate it is. Again, I'm learning. But the peppers prefer it slightly warmer, and the other ones are not going to be harmed by going hotter as well, warmer. So we're going to do that. Press that all down in there. Get it nice and covered, packed down. But I hope that this project actually goes pretty well. I already have some 30-gallon and 10-gallon grow bags. Got fence in the garage so I can make a wired trellis just so I can look a little bit neater in the neighborhood. Keep the HOA off of my ass. They already. Well, I'm not gonna say they're on me anymore right now. The first year, when I started getting in the lawn care, they was all over me, man. Can't do this. Don't do it this way. Da da da. All the craziness. Oh well. Locked into my own head doing some stuff real quick. I tend to do that a lot. So if you watch this channel, you're gonna. That's why I do a lot of edits, like the robotic transformations, because I'll be in mid talking, and I'll see something I haven't thought in my head, and I will like literally tap out for a section. Then I have to be like, Meech, you got the camera running, and I gotta get back to it. So I kind of poke around. I don't do a lot of like editing for correction. I make it all entertainment. So you'll see some transitions. You'll hear some like transformer type sounds. Trust and believe. Once you get to know me, you're gonna see he probably ran into an idea, and if the idea doesn't get worked on that day, trust me, at some point, in the next few videos, I'll be telling you why I had that ultimate space out. So we're gonna do this. We almost finished. We got 2 more here. Let's get it nice and covered up. I tried doing this with the seed labeler yesterday, and I was having the hardest time. The seeds were sticking everywhere. I had to keep pulling them off and putting them back in. Knock some dirt out. Big deal. There we go. All right, get in there, baby. Oh, the other ones still look good. I'm gonna just drop that right there. So we did the cabbage here. I'm gonna stick that in there. We did the collards here, and I did 2 rows of the beets. Yep. So cabbage, greens, beets. I know my own process. I'm gonna put it right there like that. Go ahead and spray it down a little bit. So just like the grass seed, you want it moist, not wet. Let's do this. Spray that a little bit too. And we're gonna put the dome back on. Let everything do its job. And that'll be that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll keep you posted up. I won't be doing a daily on this until I'm actually unless I'm seeding. But I'll try to keep this for right now, especially as a weekly update. I'm probably going to look into getting a time-lapse camera soon. I've got a couple that I wanted, just looking at how I'm going to manage the storage. And then we'll do that. So thanks for tuning in. I'm out. See you next time.